Some people will say the best way to deal with a sweet tooth is like, put on your big girl panties and never have anything sweet again. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com. That's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we try something new, you'll be alerted to it.
So we have another product to try.
Yeah.
We have RxSugar. We have 2 kinds. We have allulose sugar and we have flavored allulose sugar.
I am really excited about this.
So I feel like we're in the perfect place right now to do this because where would we utilize this?
On the road.
We would utilize it when we're on the road, and right now we're in our RV. We're kind of stuck in our RV because they're working on our house. We have no electric in the house, so we figured we had to do Keto Beyond the Couch here in the RV. So why not review this? Because we would use this on the road because these are basically packets of allulose sugar.
And I really like having them handy. I think that's the way that a lot of people use things, especially when they're traveling. And when you don't have it handy and packaged like that, that's when we lean on lesser sugar substitutes.
Right.
Truly.
So we have 2 different kinds. So we have plain allulose sugar, which is literally going to be just granulated allulose sugar. And then we also have flavored ones, and there's 5 flavors in here: sweet tea, fruit punch, lemon, lime, orange, and raspberry.
Wow.
Now, they're actually saying with these, you almost would use it like a pixie stick.
Oh my gracious.
I don't know if I want to go down that road of just having sugar in my hand and licking it.
I already sort of do that with the Redmond Relight, that they have the perfect granules for me, that if we are out at a fun park or something, I will sometimes have that in my pocket and just use it like a pixie stick. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if I just want straight up sugar. My Redmond Relight's kind of doing a job, right?
So this is allulose, and there are a lot of new studies showing how allulose could be beneficial to your diet. It's 0 on the glycemic index. It shouldn't raise your glucose. There's a lot of studies showing it lowers your glucose. It can act like a GLP-1. So lots of different things. I'll leave links for a couple of those articles down below. Don't want to get too much into it because this is more of a review video, but we have been slowly switching out all the sweeteners that we use from things like erythritol over to allulose. The only downside to allulose is it's only 70% is sweet as sugar, which may not be such a bad thing, because as you cut out or cut back on some of the sweetness, that may help you to get away from having overly sweet things. And as much as I love things like sucralose and things like that, it's extremely sweet. And if you have a tendency to have something sweet and then want more sweet, you may not want that. It's like my soda addiction. Like a great way that I can actually start weaning back on soda is doing what Dr. Barry and Nisha suggests, which is cutting it with seltzer water.
Water it down.
So by doing that, like, I don't desire that heavy sweet taste that I get in the soda. You can have the same thing when you're using allulose. Plus, I think it's healthier because it is a natural sweetener. It's a rare sugar that, again, doesn't cause glucose spikes or insulin spikes. Okay, so I figure what we do is I have a cup of coffee here.
My favorite.
Okay. And I figured that where we would really use this is carrying these packets on the road with us.
For my gas station
in
coffee.
your purse, because when we get to gas stations, never have good sweeteners.
No.
And you tend to carry around like liquid sucralose, which you're trying to wean off.
I'm trying to wean off.
And you're dealing with a liquid that could leak in your purse.
I was going to say, I wish it was completely like health motivated, but I just find that like traveling around with sucralose in my purse has resulted in a lot of spillage, and it aggravates me because it kind of like contracts and expands. And especially if I have it in my purse and like you go on a trip or you have to fly or something, I have come back to a damp inside of my purse. Not fun.
Okay, so we're going to just put 1 pack into the coffee.
Let me taste it first without.
It's black coffee.
It is truly.
Okay, so we'll put 1 of these in. And
very granular.
It is very granular. We're going to go ahead and mix this and we'll let it sit for a second and see, does it, because it is, I don't know if you can see it in there, it's
hard
pretty
chunks.
Granular. So we'll see whether or not, don't drink it yet.
No, I'm not.
We'll see if it even dissolves, because
Right.
that's where I really want this. And again, because we don't have the other camera, I don't know how much it's going to pick up, but we'll try here. If not, I'll cut it out. But you can see how, if you cover our faces,
there you go.
there you go. You can see how granular that is.
If it's much more like big chunks of coarse salt.
Yeah.
Right?
Now we might as well try it while we're waiting for that to dissolve. It's good.
It's tasty. It doesn't have the cooling effect of erythritol. That's what you notice like right away. Stevia can have kind of a power punch. Oh my gracious. Stevia can kind of sometimes have like a bitter power punch to it. So yeah.
So is this dissolved? Okay, so it dissolved really quick.
Okay.
What we're gonna do though, before we even try that, we've got this one. I've got 2 glasses of water. So I figured that we can try, what, you want to just do 1?
Let's do sweet tea.
One of them is seltzer water.
Okay.
That's this one.
All right.
Because I was thinking if they're good, you can almost do it like almost like your own kind of like soda kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Or just like a sweetened
but
sparkling
whatever
water.
one is flat, let's use the tea one on the flat one.
Okay. So I say we go fruit punch.
Okay. I usually like fruit punch.
Okay. So same thing. We're going to put this in here.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
the bubbles.
Okay. At least it didn't overflow.
Thank you.
So we'll let that go. And then you want to do the tea one? Or do you want to do lemon?
I want to do tea.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've had cold iced tea.
And we'll put this in here. And what we're going to do is, I have another spoon here. We'll just mix it up, let it sit, and then do the coffee. Now, these are cold.
They smell good. That smells very fruity.
But my concern is that it's cold, so is it going to mix well in water? Ooh, it does smell good.
Very, very fruit punchy. Let me smell the tea. The tea doesn't smell like anything to me.
And then what was the other flavors we have? We have lemon.
You have lemon.
Orange. And raspberry. And I figure what we'll do is maybe we'll just do that like as the pixie stick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Thank you.
It's very faintly sweet.
It's very faintly. What it does is 1 package of that knocked the bitterness off the coffee. So like, you know, black coffee has a bitterness to it. And what it did was mild out the bitterness. I don't taste like sweetened coffee. What I taste is more like a hot nitro. That's what it tastes like to me. It's just not like that. It doesn't have the teeth on it. But that is not...
Now, I'm going to say this. I don't like black coffee.
It softens the coffee.
It softens the coffee where it's, for me, drinkable. And I think that if I added my cream or my butter to that, it would be perfect. Because years ago, before keto, it's kind of funny. You come to keto, I started adding sweetener, but years ago when I was in college and stuff,
you didn't.
I drank light coffee. You know, you would go to the store, being from New York, you went into the local deli, and you would order a coffee in the morning at the train station. I want it light and sweet. I don't know what light and sweet is. Everybody.
Sugar and milk.
I know, but how much? You just said light and sweet.
That's up to your bodega.
Right? I ordered just light. I never got the sweet.
Okay.
But now I like having a little sweetness in there, and I probably need to go back the other way.
So I keep going back in.
The allulose definitely cuts off the bitterness, but it doesn't make it super sweet, which might be a good thing. Would probably help us to get away from having sweetener.
Like, go back in there. The more that you let it set in, it's more about this doesn't taste the way I'm used to. I'm used to it having like sucralose in it. Sucralose is very sweet, 700 times sweeter than sugar. A drop of sucralose will blow your face off sweetness wise. So the more I keep going back for it, if I say to myself, like, this is the way it is now, I think that I will just grow accustomed to it and it'll be fine.
Okay, so let's go to this one. So as I thought, it's not in cold water.
It's not just
it's not
dissolving
dissolving quickly because it's so granular.
So it might be something that you make a batch and then walk away from it, come back later.
Again, they're marketing it as like a candy, not as like added to a flavored drink. But we'll try it anyway. It's actually pretty good.
Wow.
So it brings a little bit of sweetness to the water. It definitely has flavor.
Yeah.
And I feel like, if that were to dissolve, it would be really good.
That's actually really, really nice. If you're somebody that enjoyed, you know what it reminds me of is when you have like a fancy shower you go to and they do a bunch of like fruit inside of water or fruit inside of like seltzer water and it's kind of like fancy water. That's what it tastes like. That's really good. I actually really like that.
Okay, so this is the one that is not carbonated.
It's more intense flavor than like LaCroix. If you're somebody that ever enjoyed LaCroix, that's way more flavor intensity than a LaCroix.
What we'll do is we'll finish. They'll try this one, try the powders.
Yeah.
Do 5 things and then come back and see in that period of time, does it dissolve?
So this one is the tea. I really can't even wrap my mind around this yet.
I definitely taste tea.
Lemon tea. Lemon tea.
Yeah.
That is wild to me.
It's like water. It's literally like a sparkling water, although this one's not sparkling. Clear. It's like that hint of tea. But enough that I really like it.
I actually really freaking like this. It's been here's the difference. It's been a long time since I've had iced tea.
Right.
It's not something that I drink. So having this, where we're saying this is not what I'm used to, I have been out of the tea game for like a long time. And so this tastes like on the money for me.
I'll tell you where I would really like that. You know where I would really like it? Now let's let it see if it dissolves. Where I would really like that is if you took a hot tea and you use that as the sweetener and then you took like a stevia leaf from our plants, because a lot of times, like again, only 70% is sweet as sugar. Adding that stevia leaf would up the sweetness more, because I find when I use the stevia leaves, I need a lot of them.
Because we grow
and
stevia.
Have that combination.
We grow it in our garden system. Just so in case anybody's wondering, like, what are you talking about? Your stevia leaf?
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So we're gonna try these just like as
intended.
Let's see what they say. So the directions are: consume RxSugar Swelty sticks like candy. Pour them directly in your mouth or in your hand.
Okay.
I just want a little bit because we're trying all of these. So this is the lemon.
High five. No.
Dink.
Dink.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's dangerous.
Ooh, that's good.
That's good.
That is really good. That is really good.
I want to end on orange.
Dang, that's good. That is nice and bright and exactly that. That is.
Ooh. That smells amazing.
If you're somebody that enjoyed nerds, oh my gosh. Speaking of which.
This is raspberry.
I feel like this is going to be very nerd-like. Dink. Yep. That's nerds.
Delicious. It is.
Those are nerds. That is nerds.
That's dangerous.
That is really very good.
Orange.
Wow. That is, wow.
I like the fact that they're not coloring them.
Yeah, me too. Dink.
Orange is the best.
Dang. You know what it reminds me of is like Tic Tacs, orange Tic Tacs. Dang, that is good. 5 things?
5 things. So if you're new to our channel, we review all products based on 5 things. We're going to talk about the ingredients. Does it keto based on a nutrition label? How does it taste? How much does it cost? And finally, would we recommend it?
Whew.
Number one is going to be the ingredients. So we'll start off with this one. Hopefully there's only one ingredient. The ingredient is allulose.
Oh, happy day.
What do we got there?
Allulose, natural flavor, malic acid, citric acid.
Okay, because yeah, they're all going to have that little ting. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the ingredients are good. I just wanted to close.
No.
Okay, so number two is, does it keto based on a nutritional label? You want that one?
Yeah, so one packet, there's 30 packets in a box. One packet is going to be 0 calories, 0 grams of fat, 0 protein, 10 total carbs.
Same thing here. Now, let's talk about the carbs. Again, more and more people are using allulose for some of the health benefits, like helping to lower glucose. Dr. Boz has actually talked about this. Using it like a GLP-1. There are other things you have to do with that, like consuming some greens.
There's 30 in here. I don't want to act like I could eat all 30 of these and be like, 0, Rachel.
Right.
0 happened.
This is one of those things where a lot of people will deduct allulose. I would not be deducting it.
No.
Because, again, 10 total carbs, I'm not really upset about that because it's just straight allulose. However, if I'm not going to count them, I'm going to be like, this is free.
Yeah.
It's 0 calories. It's 0 net carbs. And I'm going to eat like every one of these packets.
I could have 30 packets of basically candy.
I mean, we've talked about how I can turn 100 total carbs into 0 net carbs. Well, this is how. We said with the coffee that, you know, it's not as sweet as, like, I would easily be adding 2 or 3 or 4. Number one, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Number two, now you're up to 20, 30, 40 total carbs in 1 cup of coffee.
So number 3, how do they taste?
I think these flavored ones are amazing.
Excellent. If you're using them as intended and you liked things with a mouthfeel like Nerds and you like the flavor of that type of candy, you are going to freaking love these things. These things are delicious.
Let's check these.
I would sort of recommend...
They are dissolving.
They're dissolving. I would recommend giving them a job and making the experience go a little bit longer. If you put it into your drink, you're probably going to get...
We'll leave it at the end. We'll taste it at the very end.
You're going to get more action out of it. But as intended... freaking amazing.
Now,
amazing.
You know what I would say? You have a kid. Like Peyton.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to give her a little something sweet. We're never, ever giving any of our grandchildren candy.
No.
Like, kids, just know, we will never give our grandchildren candy. They'll get other things.
Yeah,
they'll get a keto-friendly thing. I would not have a problem. You know, when I was a kid, one of my favorite things were Fun Dip.
Yes, yes.
Right? Pixie sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have a problem giving this, with the permission of their parents, of course, one of these. Like, here's a little something sweet. It's a better product for you. It's not sugar. It's not going to cause you to crash later on. And here's a little treat in an appropriate amount.
I would also consider, like, if you use like a fathead, like, you know, dough to make like a donut or something, and you wanted to sprinkle this on top of it across the top, or like you make a cheesecake or something like that, and you're trying to add another flavor layer without doing something very undermining, this is really going to be a good conveyance for that.
Now, as for the other one, how does it taste? I think it tastes like allulose. It's sweet, but it's not as sweet as sugar,
right?
Which could be a downside for some people. Number 4.
The more I get in there, the more it's like, it does add some sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's getting used to that sweetness
getting
level.
used to, like, you would probably want to add more, but again, if you count total carbs, you won't add more, which is a good thing. Number 4, how much do they cost? Let's head over to the website. So 30 stick carton on these are $12.99.
Okay.
On a one-time purchase, $11.43 on a subscription, $12.99.
There's 30 in the box.
$11.43. So 43 cents a piece. So it's about 40 cents a stick. It's not horrible.
I don't think that's unreasonable. And again,
for a better sweetener than Sweet and Low, Splenda, all
I'm
that crap.
trying to put a hedge around my sweet interactions. Sweet is not mandatory for life. You know, you don't need to eliminate it completely if you choose not to, right? Some people will say the best way to deal with a sweet tooth is like, you know, put on your big girl panties and never have anything sweet again. That's not the protocol that I choose to follow for my own keto journey.
Because then you feel deprived.
And so this is something you could utilize. And when you put a cost to it, like you value it differently. That's the reason why you could eat so much copious amounts of sugar. It's cheap.
Right.
And the stuff made with sugar is cheap.
So number 5, would we recommend it? And to go back to what you were just talking about, yeah, if you're trying to cut out sweetness, you might not want these because it is
good.
It is good. So
really
would
good.
I recommend them? I personally think allulose is the best alternative sweetener on your keto journey. I think it is the best product out there because it does have some health benefits that they're finding more. I think it's better than erythritol. It's definitely better than xylitol. It's not deadly to dogs. It's natural. Listen, we like sucralose. That's another whole story, but technically it is an artificial sweetener, and you can really only get it as a liquid because all of the powdered ones are either you can't measure it if you get true sucralose,
right,
or it's cut with something else. A lot of times, like Splenda, it's cut with dextrose and maltodextrin. So people tend to confuse Splenda with sucralose. Splenda is not sucralose. Splenda contains sucralose. That's the difference. So when you look at the keto sweeteners that are out there, I think allulose is one of the best. The only downside is it is not as sweet, but that can easily be turned into an upside.
That's right.
So would I recommend it? I think if you're on the road and you're looking for a better sweetener to use instead of what they have in the gas stations, I think this is great. I think if you're at home, don't buy the sticks. RxSugar has it in a tub and buy it that way. Now, we have a discount code. I will leave all the links for that down below. As far as this.
So fun.
It's
really good.
Fun. Would I recommend it? Possibly. I can see overdoing it, especially if you decide you're going to count a net carb protocol.
So if you are somebody who enjoys a sweet thing every evening, like you don't go to bed unless you have like a little piece of like keto chocolate or something, you're talking about like a 50-cent piece of candy, which is what it is. It's just a sweet indulgence. So I don't think that that's a bad thing if you are already incorporating something sweet into your life daily or multiple times a week, that sort of thing.
I would agree that if you need that little something sweet at the end of the day, I think that this is a good option.
Yeah.
If you could make it last. My problem is I'm going to dump the whole thing in my mouth, but maybe put a few granulars.
Yeah.
Do that like over time.
Stretch it.
Like just kind of.
One piece of candy, it goes very fast.
Right. In doing that,
that's good.
You really don't have a lot of ingredients because there's only one ingredient. So when you compare it to a piece of candy, that's also going to be more than 10 total carbs, but it's also going to have other things in it.
This thing completely dissolved.
Okay, so which one is which?
So
this is the tea.
That's the tea. This one is the, what did you put in this one? You do fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
And it's actually,
the tea is really good with it completely dissolved.
Really good. And I think that is really good too. So if you're somebody that enjoyed LaCroix, but you're looking for, you know, not having to shop for it in the store and like total ingredients that you can stand behind, I say use your home, you know, device and make some sparkling water. Add that to it.
Well, as we were saying, like we recommend it after tasting that. So again, we all know Joe likes soda.
Yes.
Joe's trying to cut soda out. I could see treating myself to one of these a day, turned into a seltzer water, choosing one of these flavors, the right box, choosing one, pouring it in there, kind of like giving myself a LaCroix,
right?
But giving myself the allulose that I'm trying to incorporate. But I can only have one because it's 10 total carbs.
Yeah.
That's so I would recommend it, but just warn you that
It's delicious.
it's delicious and it would be very easy to overconsume. Let us know down in the comment section, have you tried them? Now, we do have one other product from RxSugar to do a video on. That is going to be the syrups as well as the liquid allulose. That's the one that I'm really excited about.
Too.
But we'll do that in another video. But let us know down in the comment section, have you tried these? What do you think of them? Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent video I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.